Waiting for Greg.
I'm
Well, then put the.
We'll turn your
I'm
camera
literally
on,
right
Greg.
here, Nick. Hi.
Hi, Greg. Anyway, hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to your
Hi, Nick.
latest
I'm
episode
here. Look at me.
of Beer Analysis. Fuck you, Greg. 101. Tonight, we're going to take a look at the latest in the IPA numbered series from Collective Arts and take a look at IPA number 18, made with coconut, key lime, Sabro, and Motueka hops, 6.4% ABV. First and foremost, let's take a look and see who we have with us, starting with El Fuzzo. Bonsoir. How are you doing tonight?
Not too bad. So, Collective Arts, coconut, key lime.
Yeah, we don't have many beers from Collective Arts here in New Brunswick, do we?
No, not at all. I'm not a big fan of key lime pie. We'll see how this goes.
Should be interesting. All right. Next up, we got the Red Beard. The Beard.
Hi, how you doing, Nick?
I'm not doing too bad. How you doing tonight?
I am doing fan-flocking-tastic.
Red
Thanks
Beard,
for having me.
North Bay, Ontario. Anyway, let's go over to Radar, a.k.a. Vincent.
Yeah.
Vincent.
How you doing, guys?
How you doing tonight? What's new in the world of Radar? What's on your Radar?
Not much. Same old. Same as last week or a couple of days ago. Last time I saw you.
No, no change. No.
I mean, for you, apparently it seemed like 3 weeks, but no, for me, it was just, like a day because of during Omicron time. I was transported through time because of Guy again. And yeah. But this thing, I hate coconut. I hate lime. We'll see how it tastes.
All right. Let's move over to Captain Catfish himself, Mr. Ashley Sexton of Sexton Brewing Co. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for asking.
Should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
IPA number 18. Didn't even realize 17 was out. Can't even remember 16.
We did 17.
We did
I
17.
don't know if you were on that episode or not.
I don't think so. Obviously, I
What
wasn't.
episode of
I'm pretty
IPA?
sure it was the last episode of BA 101 we did for Collective Arts.
It was a
Really?
green can.
Yeah.
It was a sour IPA.
Yeah.
If that
Oh,
tells you anything.
Oh, yeah, you remember now.
Maybe I was in it.
Don't forget, Sexton was going through some stuff.
Whatever.
Actually,
No,
Doesn't matter.
I think you were playing baseball with your kid or something like that. Yeah,
could've
no,
been
you weren't
too.
there that night.
But either way, glad to be here. Hope everyone's doing great. And cheers.
So, cheers, Gina. Cheers, Ash. All right, let's move along to everybody's favorite, Greg.
No, everyone's favorite
Always
is
the crowd pleaser. Everybody's favorite is our mascot, Aunt Arnold here.
Arnold is here.
Cool. Pretty
And
soon,
Nick, I heard somebody asked you to roll over on the highway and you lost your shit.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, I don't know. It
You'd have
seems
to
pretty
wait through fucking
suspicious.
traffic to get home because of it, though.
Yeah, there's a massive. I'm not that I was running late for this show, but there's a massive power
Oh,
outage
you're
by
always
my
running
parents' place, and fucking took forever to get back home. Like 10-minute trip was like 12 minutes. It was terrible.
Oh, no.
It was terrible. Oh my god. Arnold
Glad
got
you
so
made it
annoyed
over.
he fell asleep. But otherwise, Nick, I am good. Looking forward to. Ooh, Arnold, you're pink. You need some medicine, buddy. He's pink. He needs some medicine. I'm looking forward to doing this. I like coconut. I am okay with key lime pie. I have the feeling it won't be good in a beer. We'll find out, won't we, buddy? Yes, we will.
We did some kind of key lime pie goza, I think from Westbrook once. That was with Joe. With Joe and Chris. Anyway, getting ahead of myself. Let's go over to. I'm going to take Greg out and add Jamie because everybody loves Jamie, and he's got a brand new quilted backdrop.
Yay, Jeff!
Love the quilt.
Thanks, man. I made it this
No, you
week
did.
You
just
made
so
it
I
this
could
week.
How you doing, Jeff?
look a little nicer.
You
Good.
you weaved it from your own intestinal fibers and stuff like that.
No, but I did get the beer.
No, that
nice.
would be from the bowels and the intestines of everybody he's killed at the Battle of Parkar Forest.
Hardcore
1.4 million years ago.
Right.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I do
Well,
like coconut, if that's
actually,
what you're
what
asking. And I'm looking forward to enjoying this beer. Cheers, Nick.
Nice. Awesome.
Cheers.
Alrighty, let's bring it back over to moi, and I'll read the history to the two
Wait,
viewers
do-
we have right
do-
now.
do-
Anybody
do you
watching right
not-
now?
Nick, do you not have a pre-recorded intro to maybe put up for everybody first? If somebody else who's not here?
Yes.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
I always
What? A pre-record.
But he's right. There is like a pre-recorded intro from somebody who couldn't be with us tonight, but decided to record early. who always records the videos in one entire clip instead of an individual segment to make it easier on me, but I digress. Let's go share system audio and play Robo Chris.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Hey, Chris from Octopus. I know I had to pre-record this. I kind of feel bad that I'm on day shift right now, and I really had to do this. Oh, hi, Greg. How are you? Yeah, I'm fine too, thanks. So I'm excited to try this one. Thanks for playing my pre-recorded video before we start. And no, I'm not going to do any things where I'm going to change anything in the background today because I don't really feel like it. I'm on day shift. Fucking tired. That's all. Thanks. Bye.
Or
Right.
is he going to?
All right.
I don't know. Every time I see him, it's like,
All right. So yeah, he's always tired because he's working. He's a steel driving man, isn't he?
Bender.
All right, Bender.
old Bender.
Chris Bender Rodriguez. All right, so Collective Arts IPA number 18. Reading this to all the 2 viewers we have it there. We don't have any comments yet, but hey, if anybody out there is watching, let us know what you're drinking, and feel free to ask questions. We do interact with our audience. So, all right, so since this is, I believe, the 11th beer we've looked at from Collective Arts, we won't go into too much detail. We always say that. Other than to say that the Collective Arts was founded in 2013 by Matt Johnson and Bob Russell. Johnson and Russell, along with brewmaster Ryan Morrow, began brewing on contracts based in Nickelbrook and Burlington. Collective Arts in Nickelbrook opened a joint brewery in Hamilton a year later, and the site at the site of the former Lakeport Brewery in Hamilton, Ontario. Collective Arts has since bought out Nickelbrook shares in the brewery and it operates it as their main brewery with production volume and distribution large enough to be able to reach across Canada into the U.S. Like literally, me and Scott were just talking before the show how we have like 13 different friggin' Collective Arts beers here in New Brunswick, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but wow, that's a lot. Like I wish I had regular availability of other like Ontario where it make this job of BA1 a whole lot easier. All right, so after introducing Collective Project series of seasonals around spring of 2016, the project series has since evolved into a series of project IPAs, beginning with Project IPA number 1 in February 2017. So we've had a number of them over the years. And of course, we've done pretty much the last 4 straight. We did 15, 16, 17, and now this one is 18, which is the latest, released in August of 2021, coming in at 6.4% ABV. It's brewed with coconut and key lime flavors, featuring Sabro and Motueka hops. The can art features artwork from Andrew Prosciutto of Nanaimo, BC, and an artwork titled Sebastian Aboud. I don't know who Sebastian Aboud is. I probably should look that up. Maybe somebody else can. Alrighty, so let's move on to who we have first. El Fuzzy. What's your history with? Let's just go with what's your history with the IPA series? How many of them you had before?
14, 15, 16, 17, 18. But for the show, only the last 3. Yeah. But I've had the other 2. Overall, Collective Arts is starting to become more and more popular in New Brunswick in our local liquor stores. And I was in today picking up today's IPA 18, and the girl there was stocking the shelf just right there in front of me and said, "Oh, we got 13 new Collective Arts in." And I'm like, I forgot my bag in the car. So I was going there, and I ended up buying 4. And then she said, "Oh, try this one, and try this one, and try this one." And I'm like, I'm coming back this weekend.
I wonder if Fuzz is so easily talked into adultery.
I'm only got through 3. That's why she was.
You showed me 13 pairs.
Try this one, and this one, and this one.
This one's foreign.
Peer pressure.
It's foreign. It's a foreign.
This is foreign. Alrighty, thank you, Scott. All right, well, you're done, right? Yeah. Okay, obviously. All right, so let's go over to Beard, and I don't know if I really should ask you. You think it's rather obvious you've had most of the IPA series from Collective Arts at this point.
I didn't have the first one. Kind of sad about it. And full disclosure, I've had at least 6 cans of this particular beer. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's my history.
So a little bit biased, or at least maybe we know.
I keep buying it for I keep buying it for beer analysis, and we put it off a couple times, and I just like, oh, I don't have any more beer to drink in my fridge. I can get another one of that, so I just keep drinking them. So
The math
after this one, I doubt I'm going to buy any more. So not that I don't like it.
I guess probably because it's like, how much is it a can in Ontario?
I cannot recall, but it's not. There are other beers. I know there are other beers that I would enjoy just as much. That'll be at least like 50 cents cheaper. So.
It's probably in the $4.50 to $5 a can range because their whole IPA series is priced in that range. Whether it's the ones that are 8% alcohol or the ones that are like, what was the low one, like 3% or something? Like they all price them the same pretty much within 50 cents or so.
Who was it that just like assaulted their microphone for a second there?
It was me.
Okay.
I was spinning my glass around.
Yeah, don't do that. That was horrible.
I didn't hear that.
All right, so Radar wants to go.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
No. Well, Collective Arts, I've had quite a few. I don't remember exactly which one. But from off the head, I've had number 2 with Guy, and I gave like a 7 point something on that one. I've had 13, 14, 16, 17, and 18. Favorite one by far, though, has to be, it still is number 13. I mean, I was in the nether regions of North Bay with Redbeard in that one.
Oh, yes.
In the forlorn forest, the magical forest of North Bay. And yeah, so I've had quite a few others. So yeah, I think Collective Arts is if not the brewery that I've had the most different beers. But I wouldn't know exactly which ones. I'd have to look it up the website again. But the ones I got on my list here that I do, Collective Arts Good Monster, I gave an 8.7 on that one. I did Surround Sound El Dorado. I gave an 8.3 on that one. And I've done some others. And yeah.
All right. Right on. Thank you, Mr. Radar. I'll take him off the radar. Here and go to Ashley. Ashley, what's your history with the IPA series? Just to kind of recount, like which notches do you have on your belt as far as these?
Yeah, I mean, much like Redbeard, I've pretty much had them all except for maybe just a handful. I've been less really interested in them for the last a year and a half or so. I think this sort of series has sort of run its course, and they could have sort of pivoted onto something else. But yeah, I mean, it's I've had most of them. But the more recent ones, I haven't really gone back to and repurchased a lot of, just to speak to my interest in a lot of them. So, anyways, but I mean, and then everything else, Collective Arts. This past summer for Collective Arts was like their summer of sours. I don't think they sold anything but sours, and maybe that Good Monster that they released, but that's about it. So I didn't really have a whole lot of Collective Arts this year. I sort of stayed away from sours in general. So, anyways, that's it for this one. I honestly don't think I've had number 18. I think this is my first time having it. So yeah, there we go.
All right. Thank you, Ash.
You're welcome.
And let's go over to Greg. Mr. Greg.
Oh, hi, Nick. How are you?
Hi, Greg. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So I'm just having a look. Well, I mean, definitely my first time having this one. So I believe I missed 1 and 2. I think I started at number 3. And then randomly it looks like I missed number 13, which actually looks like it was a pretty good beer. It was double IPA.
It was.
Double IPA. But I didn't tap it in, and I don't recall having it, so I do think I missed that one. But I believe every other one I've had, most of them I've probably pretty much from 5 onwards, we've done many of them on camera, so... So yeah,
we did 5, right? Nick got a can of 5, and did we do 5?
Yeah, I did. No, we didn't do 5 of BA 101 though.
Oh, I thought we did.
No,
Oh,
we did 8. We did a BA 101 of 6 and 8.
Okay.
And there's been a bunch that we did do.
Yeah, I think that the factor is basically which ones make it to Nick, and yeah, they've been a lot more consistent lately.
Some of them are just beers that I picked up, and I'll go over that when I get to my history. But all right, so we got Greg down. Let's take Fuzz out temporarily and put Jamie in so that we can talk to Jamie, everybody's favorite Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
I've had IPA number 5 up. I don't think I've had like any of the earlier ones before 5, and I've had probably about 8 or 10 cans of IPA number 5, and probably 8 or 10 cans of IPA number 15, and one of all the other ones. If that'll tell you anything. I liked IPA number 5. So
it was a pretty big hit.
It was a hit. All right. Thank you, Jamie. And now, we got to talk to Mr. Kolizak, which we all know his history with Collective Arts pretty much. Going back that far anyway.
All right. So let's talk about the history that I have with Collective Arts. Not a big history. I mean, I was a huge fan of IPA number 5.
He's going to pull the can out.
On the panel knows that.
He's going to pull a Liquid Art Fest.
Also loved a lot of their IPAs before number 5. 6 was shit. 7 was terrible. 8 was there. 9, 10, 15. Bang on. It was fantastic. It was almost IPA number 5. I really loved it. But one of the best beers that I really liked was not just...
Here we go.
Which I did, but I don't. But I do have Liquid Art Fest. And yes, if you guys have been watching my videos, you know I'm going to drink this beer. Once I hit 1,000 subs,
Sorry, Chris, I don't.
I will chill it down. I will drink it live. Probably die. I get some kind of vomiting action happening. I don't know, but yeah. So my history with Collective Arts, lots. I love Collective Arts. They do a lot of stuff. Their IPA series is on like this.
I think it's on Chris's video. There's a squeaking noise.
But you know what?
No, it's me.
We're kind of hoping that IPA number 18 is going to be good. So
that's hilarious.
We'll see. So I'm gonna crack it open, and we're going to see what it's all about. I don't know if I'm trying to think of how you're going to do this, Nick, with the pre-watching or the pre-filming and stuff like that. So I'm going to roll this. I don't think I really needed to because it's new. And I'm going to crack it. I'm going to pour it on camera.
Gasp.
I'm not. Ooh, fucking white.
Gasp.
That is a fucking light-colored IPA. So we'll check back after I take a few sips.
Alrighty, let's go back to the main layout here, and actually, I'll bring it back out to the main panel. And who's not chatting? Greg. Okay, so I'll put Fat back in. So I'll sit here and wait for other comments. We don't have any comments then. We only have 3 viewers right now.
It's a quiet night on the in the chat. I think people are watching the Jays.
You know what? I didn't even go over my stuff here. Let's talk about my history with this because I mean, right at this point, the Collective. I've had tons of beers from Collective Arts at this point. I've been to the brewery twice. As far as the IPA series, I've had 12 of the 18. Including number 1. I actually had number 1 way back when it first came out. I had number 3. And the funny part is that we had 1, 2, 3, 4 show up in New Brunswick, and when 5 came out, everybody's favorite 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. That was the first beer that didn't show up here. So I was like, fuck. Anyway, so my story. I did eventually get 5, but it was because Chris Lizak actually held on to a can until the Albina Runner Beer Fest in 2018, so that I actually did the review for my channel with him. And then we did BA 101. When we did BA 101, we did a number 6 and 8, and I know I've had 9 and 10. I think at Redbeards. No, I had the 9 at Redbeards, and the 10 I brought home and drank on my own because we ended up not BAing that. And I had number 14 because that was the first one that actually did show up here again. And now we've consistently had the last 5 releases of the Collective Arts numbered series IPAs here in New Brunswick. So I've had 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 tonight. So this is like the 6th different episode, I think. We did 6 and 8 for the channel. So it's like the 6 different BA 101 we've done on the numbered IPA series alone. That is crazy. But yeah, so there I've had like 12 or 18. Unfortunately, I can't go back and get the ones I haven't had, but I had all of the notable ones at least, except for apparently number 3 that Radar likes, or 13 that Radar liked.
It is my favorite.
All right, panning out.
Lively comments.
Wasn't
I'll read
13
them.
the one with peaches in it?
No, that was the 6. Had peaches in it. Wasn't very good.
Oh, it's terrible.
10 was the Nano IPA.
I remember the one that tasted exactly like Ransack the Universe. I got really mad at because it was like the same beer as Ransack, but they cost like $1 more for a can.
Wasn't that 14?
I can't
14
recall
or
the
15?
number. I just know like Liquid Art Fest, even though it isn't one of the numbered ones.
Oh yeah,
that is
Dude,
far and
Liquid
away
Art
my
Fest was-
favorite of that IP of the project.
that was one
series.
beer that was like it was like a juicy IPA with lactose made with fruit juices, like with passion. It had fruit juices in it.
Passion fruit and mango. I
That's
think.
a
It was-
fruited malt beverage.
That
That's not
was
beer.
basically it wasn't even like I said in my review that I did with Chris and Joe. I was just like, I don't even think this is beer anymore.
It's not beer.
It was just like straight up fruit juice.
When
it was
Chris gets to
good.
1,000 subs and he pours that thing's gonna chunk out like fucking gravy. It's gonna be nasty.
It's gonna be brown.
I feel like gravy is being optimistic. I'm thinking like poo, like just like
It's
just
gonna
chunks
be
on
like
a-
backseat of a 1980s K car, brown.
Brown.
Hey, listen,
1973 AMC
I have-
Matador.
I have
Brown.
experience on this.
AMC Gremlin.
2-day-old whole milk.
Ew.
2-day-old whole milk.
Yeah,
Like 2 days in a cup outside of the fridge.
2 days in
right?
a cup outside of a fridge.
Gross.
Yeah, it just like sort of sludge itself out.
It's gonna
Sort
be
of.
like, you ever see cream cheese?
Yeah, there you go.
I experience this regularly. Where
It's not cream
a man
cheese,
leaves a
cottage
glass
cheese.
of milk
Cottage
somewhere
cheese
and
is
I don't know
really
about it until 2 days later. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Just finish your freaking glass
Yeah.
of milk, goddamn.
all right. I think
2-year-old. What do you want?
Yeah.
we might as well just go ahead and give her ratings. Do you want to go,
Yeah.
Scott?
Sure. So it's it doesn't taste like coconut. It tastes a little bit like key lime. I taste more pineapple in it than anything. I don't know. You don't taste the alcohol in it, that's for sure. At 6.4% ABV. It's pretty clean. It's not too fizzy. When you poured it out, it's fizzy. No lacing on the glass at all. Clean going down, clean at the end. Like I said, there's a little bit of pineapple-y in the back of your mouth when you drink it. I don't know. For an IPA, for style, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. And for a personal preference, I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Wow.
I'm not a fan of IPAs. There's some good IPAs out there. I do say I do like some IPAs, but this one,
That was like an
Doesn't wow
Irish
me.
accent you just slipped into there. That was hilarious. An
what?
IPA. It sounded like you had like an Irish accent the first time you said that. It was great.
IPA.
With the I.
Yeah, I'm not blown away by this. I had previously I had a rainbow sherbet sour. I liked it better than this. Yeah, not impressed.
Yeah.
That's my review.
All right. Well, it's valid review. Sorry, I was just typing something. All right, let's go over to the Beardo.
Oh, beautiful hosting, my friend.
I should talk more often. Talk longer.
I-
was
like
actually
Scott-
typing up my the list of scores.
Oh, gotcha.
I get a bit of coconut, not a lot. I get a lot of that key lime flavor for sure. Scott, your damn echo. It doesn't really have like much IPA going on to it, but it's coconut and key lime. I'm not sure what the flavors you're supposed to get from the Sabro or the Motueka. I'm sure I've had them before and stuff, but like for what this says it is, style wise, that's like a 9.5 for me. That is what it says it is. It barely even has any beer qualities and the drinkability. Like I could have 10 of those on a hot summer day in a patio and have a great time. Enjoyment wise though, it's not the best. Like just the flavors. I'm not a huge fan of coconut and beer, and I don't know, the coconut and key lime flavors mix in a kind of a bit of a weird way. Style wise, overall enjoyment, I'm going to go 7. It's decent, but I've had way better within the series. So yeah.
So 7 over. Is that your overall? What's your style?
9.5
for style.
Mm-hmm.
9.5.
Overall, you're giving it a 7.
Yes.
9.5
wow. Because it tastes like key lime and coconut. It tastes exactly what it says it does. It's damn impressive.
Impressive.
Yes. Alrighty, so let's go over to Radar.
Not a fan of lime, not a fan of coconut, but I don't know because mine. I don't know. It might be. Is it stale? No, I guess it just tastes that way. Does go down smooth, but since it's not really my style, I have not that much to say about it. It's suddenly a sour side for me, which I'm not really that much of a fan of. But I'm giving it a good pass because there's still some taste to it for me, it's not bad. I do taste the coconut, but I'm still giving it a good 6.5. Style-wise, the color and the can, I'm going to go with those. I'm going to give it a good 9. 9 style, 6.5 overall.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Radar. And let's go over to who we get
That
next.
is all.
Mr. Catfish.
Alrighty. I think the scores at the end of the day, they're sort of going to be all over the place, and they'll probably just sort of even themselves out.
PA Bruno. Hi, Paul.
Cheers, Paul.
Hey, Sabro News.
So, yeah, I mean, coconut and key lime IPA with Sabro and Motueka hops. I know Sabro hops, they're meant to sort of have that coconutty type note when used properly. Motueka or Motueka, whatever you want to pronounce it as. I don't know. They're a New Zealand hop, right? So probably citrus, maybe some, I don't know, tropical notes. Shit. Fuck. What do I know?
What do you know?
So, yeah, I don't know. It was this beer sort of comes off a little weird. I mean, the lime is ever so present. You know, the lime is there, full force, cuts through the malt, cuts through everything. You know, as such, like the aroma, the aroma comes off like you're going to get into something pretty tart and sour, or more tart than sour. But I don't really get so much of like any sort of like coconut or any sort of noticeable hop presence that I would expect from an IPA. It sort of drinks the same way. It's really thin for an IPA. And again, this is what it is. It's an IPA, so I'm just drinking it as an IPA and I'm rating it as an IPA, right? So there's very, very little bittering. The best thing right now is that this has warmed up quite a bit. It's been open for about 40 minutes now. I found now that I'm drinking it, the coconut's coming through a lot more on the sip. Now, I don't know if that's fresh coconut that they're using or if that's the influence from the Sabro hops, but there definitely is a little bit of a coconut note on the back end as it's warmed up. I do get like a noticeable like minerality to it, almost like a tinniness to it. Sort of makes it a little bit undesirable, but I would have really preferred. I mean, if they're going to do something coconut and key lime, why not add some sort of graham cracker, like some sort of more of like an extra malt presence to it, just to sort of sweeten it out a touch. Maybe add a little bit more dimension to it, because really it's just lime all the way through with a very non-present like malt note.
Nothing to calm it down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like a key lime pie has that graham cracker at the bottom to calm it down some.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's not offensive to me. I mean, to what Redbeard said, it says coconut and key lime. It sort of is that. But it's not a coconut and key lime pie IPA, which is sort of what I would probably would have made it better. I mean, for an adjunct IPA. So, so for style, I mean, for an adjunct IPA, I'll give it a 7.5. I'll give it a 7.75. There we go. And for personal preference, I'll just give it a 7 for personal preference. I mean, I'll drink it, but I mean, I'm not going to seek it out again. So yeah. So there we go.
See, I find everyone rated this for the style as a key lime coconut, and I have rated it as a IPA because.
Well, that's the thing. It's an IPA, but it's a
IPA
key lime coconut IPA. So
Yeah,
rating it as
ways to go about it. To be honest,
as like a New England IPA or something. You know what I mean? It's going to fail in that regard.
Yeah, well, that's why I gave it such a low mark, because it didn't fit my profile of what an IPA is, but certainly the key lime. Anyway, I digress in talking over Ashley.
All right.
No, I'm just sitting here watching baseball game.
Yeah, I think Ashley was done anyways.
That's why it's always good to clarify with Daddy Nick as to how we should rate this. Right, Daddy?
Well, I suppose. I mean, there's nowhere on this thing that really says it's a sour IPA.
No,
That's
it
kind of
doesn't. I had to double check because I was rethinking my whole thing the whole time.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
like,
coconut
like,
key lime.
To
It's great enough to
Ashley's
have
point,
coconut
Was it
key
my
lime,
turn?
but it's pretty tart. Yeah, anyway, I'll go over my thoughts when I get to
Oh
it.
boy, how exciting!
Go ahead,
Okay,
Greg.
there's a lot to unpack here. Yeah, I do agree with Ashley. I think it would be better if it had a little sweetness, something to give it that graham crackeriness. But then again, they don't promise key lime pie on this, so I can't really hold that against them because they're just saying key lime and coconut. To do that, so I'm a little plugged up here. I think I have COVID or something. They've achieved this because I get probably more than most of you guys. I get a lot of coconut on this, and the rest is all lime. It's all just lime, and then at the back of the throat is kind of like, ooh, there's that coconut. Now I agree with Paul. I think I've had 2 key lime beers, maybe more. I don't know, but I don't remember any of them being good. And most coconut beers aren't good. I love coconut, but most of them aren't good. But I will say what they promise you, I really can't hold anything against them. I don't love this beer by any means, but they say coconut and key lime. It's right there on the label, and that's what it tastes like to me. So, I mean, in terms of what they promise, really, this beer is smack on. It's a 10 out of 10. That's not my style rating. I'm just saying for what they promise on the thing, I think it's a 10 out of 10. It tastes exactly what it should taste like. What I think it should taste like as an overall style IPA, I'm still going to give it pretty high because I think they promise. I think the big problem to me is that there's just no IPA in it. The flavors are there. I don't get a whole lot of the actual IPA thing. So that's where it's losing marks for me. But I'm going to give this a very solid 8 for style because I feel they're promising you this. And I feel most people are going to be like me and kind of forget about the IPA part and just be like, oh, coconut and key lime, 10 out of 10. Personal enjoyment, I don't like it very much. It's basically like drinking a very, very limey beer followed with just kind of the coconut in the back. And the coconut's subtle, but it's there. But I was thinking about going lower, but I'm going to be generous with this beer. I'm going to give it a
What number's a
Million.
Maybe.
I honestly, I'm going to give this a generous 5.5. It's not something, it's on the high end of okay for me. So for my scale, that's on the high end of okay. It's a fine beer. I really have no desire to drink it again, but I do think this is what they promise you, and I do think they deliver it. I just think it's not for me because it's too sour, not really sour. It's very tart, and I don't really care for that. If they toned down the lime and bumped up the coconut, it might be worse. I don't know, but I think I'd like it more.
All right. And yeah, I was going to say is if they had just called this a sour IPA properly, then we wouldn't be holding it so against it. Like, I don't get really much IPA. Well, this really does come off. If you call it a sour IPA, then yeah, it kind of fits the style. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just spitting thoughts out there. Just
Well, for
on
me,
vibe,
like
what
it's
Greg's talking about.
quite tart, but it says it's a key lime IPA. I would expect. I've had key lime pie.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking tart. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Key lime pie doesn't come across as super tart though.
when I've had it, it's reasonably tart. Like I see
Anyway.
key lime IPA, I expect a little bit of tartness myself. Sorry,
All right.
it's Jamie now.
Yeah, Jamie's turn. Hi, Jamie.
I don't really love it. So my rating's probably going to be one of the lowest. I'm going to hold it to an IPA standard, kind of like what the Fuzz was doing. Just for me, it comes off like if I was given this and was to determine the style on just taste alone, I would think it's like a tart seltzer or something like that. It doesn't come off as an IPA to me. And I don't actually mind the lime part of it, but the coconut part is I don't like that. The first few sips of it, it was coming off really bad. Like I was thinking about giving this a 2. Like I really didn't enjoy it. Luckily, since we're having this long discussion on it, I've been going really slow, and it's actually been getting better over time. But still, the coconut comes off like it's just it leaves an oily remnant of something I don't like. Like it's like it's not coconut like toasted coconut. It's coconut like something you put on your hands when you're out in the sun, kind of thing. Like it's lotiony, or I don't know. Like it's just there's something off about
The
it.
lotion in the basket.
There's
So
palm
yeah,
oil to it.
exactly.
Palm oil.
That's what like I feel like I have like some
What's that?
oily like
Hawaiian
lotion.
Tropic suntan lotion or something.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
So to me, it doesn't sit well. So just to quickly get it over with, my style, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. And for personal enjoyment, 4.
What was the glass you
Ouch.
had there, Jamie?
Ouch.
4.
Say it again.
You for
The
your glass
glass?
again? Yeah,
Oh, it's half hours.
it is a half
just
hours. That's
tumbler.
it's a cool looking glass. I like it.
I love the tumblers.
Yep.
Or whatever you want to call that.
Pretty much my go-to glass.
Nice.
It's a very nice. Thank you, James. Jamie. Jamie. I don't know what to call it.
James.
So, some people get insulted. Like you say, "Oh, don't call me James or Jameson or Jamie." Or you don't give a shit.
James.
You don't give a
Call me
fuck.
Greg.
Okay,
It's all
Greg.
good.
Thanks, Greg.
Chocolate starfish.
Alrighty, so let's just do
Chocolate zinger.
briefly over to me while I figure it. Share my screen again with audio so I can play the rest of
Senor
Chris's Senor Lizak. We know
He's
you
gonna
hear
love the
that.
shit out of this beer.
All right, so Nick, I smelt the beer, and here's my analysis of it. The beer analysis 101 of it. Okay, both Sabro and Motueka hops they're aroma hops, and you're getting a lot of the aroma. It's very line forward, which I really appreciate because, it's a coconut and key lime IPA. So I was hoping there's going to be at least one out of the two. On the aroma, you don't really get the coconut, but you get a big, heavy lime forwardness, which is awesome. And going into the sips, yeah, the coconut's right on the back end. I actually really enjoy this beer. This is one of the better beers, I think, from Collective Arts in a long time. I mean, IPA 15 was good. It was pretty much like IPA number 5. But, yeah, 16, 17, not so much. They were okay. They weren't the best. But this one, this is like I'm talking about. This is the roller coaster. This is the one's up there. I really enjoy this beer. And you know what? And for an IPA that has coconut and key lime flavors to it, you know what? I'm going to give it props. So you know what? I gave you guys my scores for this one. As a key lime IPA with coconut, or whatever you want to say, IPA, out of 5, I guess, for my own, not my own personal enjoyment, but for the actual IPA score, it does what it says on the can. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 for sure. My own personal preference, I like this, and I'm glad I bought 2 more cans of this because I really enjoy it. This is going to be done on your channel, which is fantastic, and then I will re-review it, letting people know that I've actually had it before, and do it on my channel because this one needs to be done properly. Let the people out there know. You got to be an influencer, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so out of 5 on my own personal preference, I like it. 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoy this beer. You know what? Cheers, guys. I really like this, guys.
9 out of 10 for
Hey,
him. Oof.
Nick, can I add something, Nick?
What's that?
Just what Chris was getting at there, how he likes, how the IPA series, how it kind of, goes up and down. Ashley was saying he thinks it's kind of played out. I actually agree with Chris on this. I don't mind because I'm only buying one, to try a different one every few months. I still like it. I still like that they do this.
I am also for the
Yeah.
series. So again, like
I
some are
agree.
going to be good,
I would
some are
agree.
going to be
Jamie
weird.
and Tris and probably Redbeard here. That's from the sound of it.
Cheers.
It would be nice if they were maybe 4.25 a can, and like this is $4.75, and to me it's like that's
true. I mean, there's $6
for this
here.
beer.
Collective
$6,
Arts,
it's ridiculous, but
almost across the board, Collective Arts is they're pricey, and I don't know, they're big. They're big enough. I feel like they could offer their beers at a lower price and still make.
I wish they would just play around with it a little bit more, rather than just do like, now it's just a sour one, now it's just a fruited one. Why not do a black IPA or a red IPA?
You know what? That's
Or-
that's actually that right there.
No.
Like they do the
One of
sour
my
ones,
most-
but they're still doing the normal ones. But what you just said, a black IPA, I would be all for that.
Last year,
That's a great idea.
One of the most notable beers I had was from Breakwall Brewery, and it was literally a brown IPA that they released right around this time last year. And it was just like a nice, rich brown ale with a bunch of West Coast hops in it, and it was awesome. And like, it's not outside of the realm of Collective Arts. And they have such a big following; they'd probably do their followers a favor by showcasing different styles of IPAs.
Have they ever done a black IPA? Like I don't think I've
For the
never
IPA.
seen. Like they do. They're like the IPA. Them in like Great Lakes. I think of them. I think of like generally a brewery that does IPAs really well. I know that, but Great Lakes has done a bunch of black IPAs that are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
How is Collective Arts not even dabbled in that shit?
Master just doesn't like the stuff.
I can't believe I've never even thought of that. You blew my mind just now, Ashley.
To
Holy
be
shit.
fair, very few breweries, in my opinion, seem to get black IPAs right. It's one of those weird styles where GLB gets it, a few other ones are good, most of them suck.
Greg makes a couple.
Collective Arts made a Project Black IPA, but that's part of the original project series. When was this at?
Oh, geez, that's like gotta be
It's got to be years ago.
like
Probably
a
like 4
decade
years
ago.
ago.
Holy shit!
And I do
Anyway.
like Collective Arts' idea of numbering these IPAs and saying, okay, this is our next experiment. Okay, this is our next experiment, and they don't
I get my
they
ratings
don't
now.
necessarily their core brewing still stays the same all the time. They don't number it. It's it's very consistent. It's constant. And then they do this series where the numbers are coming out. 15, 16, 17, 18. 19 is going to probably be in 3 to 6 months. I don't get me wrong. Just because I poo-poo with the beer doesn't mean I don't want them to continue doing this. Right? They should be doing this. They should be doing this as much as they are, and other people should be doing this to get more people trying different things. And if something kicks off and says, you know what, this is really great. Okay, put it in their regular lineup or put it in a semi-regular lineup, and then name it something else, and then continue on the numbers.
Yeah, well, they did that with say our IPA number 5 / IPA number 15 because they remade it. They really should make that one of the regular releases, just because we've been crying for that for years. It was definitely the high watermark of the entire series, and they've never really achieved anything better than that.
But
they
it's
don't have any
like the series.
They don't have any standard seasonal releases, really. Like Great Lakes, I think, like right now, Karma Citra just popped in all the LCBOs.
Anyway,
and they've got like a Lake Effect and some other ones.
I haven't given
Yeah,
my
you know what, Nick, you go right ahead.
Put my foot down. It's my turn. All right. So my thoughts here, and yes, I'm going to go back to my sheet and read them, which probably everybody saw when I was talking to Chris. But so my thoughts here: tart key lime, notes of passion fruit, and apricot that are buried, but it's with a touch, like a hint of vanilla or coconut. It's buried way under the lime. Creamy, smooth, and consistency. Got a sour finish that's more than just the lime. Like it's almost like it's maybe like a lactose sour rather than just lime. It definitely comes off as more of a sour IPA, which I mentioned before. It doesn't say sour IPA anywhere on the can. I would have thought, like, if it was key lime, maybe it'd be like a sweeter lime. It's got a lingering, tingling tartness, which is kind of indicative like that. It's so sour, it's starting to make my palate tingle, which is good. I mean, it's not like I don't like that, but I just feel like it's the tartness from the lime, the sourness from the lime is just masking almost everything else. As it warms up, I get more of the coconut coming out, which is all right. But it's just like I said, the tartness of the lime drowns out coconut or everything else for that matter. So it's basically just, yeah, okay, you do get the lime flavor, but not enough to make me think it's an IPA unless you want to call this a sour IPA, because then the definition of IPA changes slightly so that it's less about the hops and more about the tart. Anyway, so my thoughts on this is I'll give it a 7.5 for style, and a 7 for overall enjoyment. Meh.
That's what I said. I started with a meh.
I'm finishing it with a meh.
As this warms up, it gets more tart. It gets more.
I thought it got
tart
more
in the mouth.
coconutty.
Yeah, and a little bit more coconutty. Yeah.
Mine
The
didn't get
oil
that
slick
warm,
of
so-
coconut comes out.
Yes,
The oil-
and it's
the
not
oil
like
slick.
it's not like a fresh. It's not a fresh like a shave. It's not fresh coconut shaving. It's
No, I
more
know.
coconut palm oil.
And it's more like an Exxon Valdez oily too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I went last, my rating would have been worse than it was when I went first.
All right. So now that we actually have comments today, who wants to read them?
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
a read.
All right.
Scott's going to read them. All right. Let me put Fuzzy up front, right and center.
Where are we going first?
Might as well read them all. We haven't really read them all.
You put them up. I'll read them.
Well, I'm not putting them up because I'm going to do the math.
Oh, geez. Okay. So I think we left off with PA Brew News saying definitely has been rated as a biased IPA with added flavors. Brew News then notes key lime 10 out of 10, IPA 0 out of 10. So does that make it a 5 plus 5.5? So 5.25 from Greg. Lee Russell coming in with the anti-chat. Is this still going? Someone changed the channel. You changed the channel. You have the opportunity to do that.
Wow.
You can do that. Lee Russell, 3 minutes later, says, Jamie gets off on his new couch for this nonsense. Where did his life go wrong? I thought he had it together. We thought you had it together, but you're in Nova Scotia.
Hey, I'm not sure. He didn't say gets off on his new couch. Say.
Gets
Oh, whatever.
on. No, that's right. I didn't say on.
Although if
It
it's a
read
nice
better
new
that way,
couch,
though.
you might get off on it. Why not? It's a nice couch.
Lee Russell, again, a minute later, more like collective smelling of their own farts. Am I right? Am I right?
Whoa! Oh my God!
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Hey. Collective, and then a minute after that, Collective Arts putting the blacks in the projects. Horrible.
Back to the projects. Fuck off.
Jesus.
Come
That
on,
is
Lee.
bad. That is awful.
Lee Russell again. 3 minutes after that, this beer sounds so depressing.
It is. It made me sad.
I
And
feel
I'll,
I would get put
I'll-
in timeout box for these kinds of comments.
Yeah, jeez. And I'll wait on the last comment, Nick.
What's next week's beer? All right, we'll
What's
wait for
next?
that. But first, I want to introduce
What
the
did I
scores.
just say? Let's
I'm not really
wait
ready
until
to introduce the score.
Do you not listen to the words I say? Do you listen to me, Nick? You don't listen.
Well, no, it's because I'm
There's a
trying to do
difference
the
even
between
ratings.
listening and paying attention.
You're not even married.
No,
Nick.
because I already told you I'm doing the math on the fucking scores.
I know, but you didn't listen. I said, we'll wait on the last comment, and you're like, oh, let's put it on the screen.
I'm going to be honest. I still
Cheers,
kinda
viewers.
So you're
hope-
waiting.
Cheers,
kinda
everybody
hoping
watching.
Nick and Fuzz get married.
Cheers, Lee, because he's the only one watching.
And if he's like Lee and 3 clone accounts, good for you, Lee. We appreciate it.
He's
What
in
have
the
we got?
background.
What have we got? Like
All
4
these
thumbs
computer
down
stuff.
right now or
He's
something?
got all the socks on.
No, we have 4 current viewers.
I gotta.
Oh.
Yeah, I could see Lee getting all his computers together, just putting them all together. Like, I gotta put the rating up. Plug into all of them.
This is Lee we're talking about. He only has one computer, but he's got 4 sock accounts and probably 3 web browsers.
Nick and Fuzz are hetero life mates. Well, I mean,
mates.
if our relationship was a real person, it would be old enough to drink.
Be drinking alongside our own friendship here, Scott.
That is a long time. Hey, Nick,
is a
remember
long
a broken down golf cart?
Oh my god, that's too long ago, man.
Too long ago.
All right, let's go back to the scores. So we got 7.8 for the style.
Huh.
Overall enjoyment 6.6. So
Redbeard drove that style up like
yeah, he did, and the rest of us drove the overall scores.
Greg
down.
was right up there with me with the style. I give it a 9. I give it a 9.5.
I think style wise, it's a very good beer. I think they give you what they promise you, more or less. Just needs a little more IPA.
If they took out the IPA, my style number would go up for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like it's I rated this on an IPA scale, like and it's not an IPA.
Just generally speaking, whenever I see flavors and then the word IPA after it, I'm assuming the flavors are going to completely dominate the IPA, and the IPA is just there for show.
Oh, by the way, where's Radar?
Radar's here. Who's not talking right now?
Take
I'll
me
take
out.
Jamie here for a second. Put Radar back in.
There we go. We haven't heard too much from Radar because we haven't.
Well,
So-
it's because we got too many people, and I was leaving
know.
Jamie
Yeah,
for a bit. to
yeah.
share.
Radar, I'm looking out for you, brother.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, I had nothing much to say because I had a lot to say, but no, I don't have any more to say.
Now, ladies, if you ever
You can tell
decide,
Noah dramatic.
if any of you ladies out there want to give Radar a blowjob, that's your point of view right there.
Oh, hey, James.
James is in the chat. Rampant Line Reviews saying
Rampant
fancy a
Line
bum.
Reviews. Evening all
And
fancy a bum.
Vincent's like no bromo.
Yeah.
Is it just what does he mean by fancy a
Nick
bum? I'm not
earlier.
quite sure.
So
Something they say over there.
sorry, what was next beer?
What's
beer?
next week's beer?
It is
Nico?
next week's beer.
This is a good point. Let me bring up not Scott. Hi,
Not
Scott.
me.
What is
Scott
next
is
week's
the next
beer we're gonna do? And you know what? I'm gonna take no offense to anybody who I do take out, but I'm gonna take out Ash and put Jamie back in and say that Jeff, we're gonna do a beer that he sent me. We're gonna do Barn Cats Golden Era West Coast IPA, which Jamie did send me, Greg, Chris Lezak, and
Oh,
who else has got it?
that?
Greg,
Hi, Jamie.
Redbeard.
Hi, Greg.
Oh, hey, Jamie.
If
So-
not, I just won't be on next week.
And Scott, you can split the can if you want to come over. So
What's tomorrow?
Yeah, he's gonna
share Nick's liquid.
yeah, he's gonna chainsaw and split the can in two.
it's next week.
Yeah, what's
October the
tomorrow?
6th.
Like
Tomorrow is
before?
the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation.
Reconciliation.
Well, I got
Yeah,
no
we'll get it
truth. I
off.
got no truth to
I
tell.
do get it off.
Next. So
It's not a
October
holiday
6th,
technically in New Brunswick,
You can-
but I
you
do
can
get it off.
what's his
work.
face back, I'll get it back.
October.
right, we'll
Oh, yeah. Take it, Radar.
Redbeard.
Um,
Put Ashley back in.
Yeah,
Radar.
October 6th.
I'm
That'd
off
be
tomorrow,
the
too.
day after. That'd
Your
be
birthday.
the day after my birthday. That's right.
We're getting really close to the Quizpimps' piss up.
We are getting close to the Quiz Pam's piss up.
Anyway,
piss.
we've introduced.
Is it one of
the
those
next-
COVID parties?
Definitely COVID.
Yeah,
We're all,
it is
we're all
now.
coming from different provinces, going to infect each other. That's right.
They're all going to sneeze into each other's mouth.
Yeah.
Three
Anus.
times.
No, anus. We sneeze into
Anus,
each other's
your
penis.
anus is going to sneeze in his
You're going to sneeze into their anus? That's
Yeah.
awkward, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
And
we don't want the face spray, but we're okay with the ass spray.
Osprey.
just so you know, Nick, like since I'm such an influencer, they send me like beers in advance. So I have IPA 666 here.
IPA 666.
And it's,
Greg has sent me a can of that actually, so we're going to do BA 101 of that eventually.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that out in the
It's
wild
much
yet.
better.
I'll have to get my eye open.
Should be in the LCBO soon. Right,
yeah,
Greg?
and they followed Ashley's.
I don't
like,
think they
small
LCBO
advice.
that one.
Which
yeah.
one's that?
That's
They
where I
did.
got it from.
They did LCBO it. Oddly
they?
enough, yeah, they did.
This year?
Well, I
Oh,
hope
really?
it's not ones from last year that they're selling.
Which beer is this? The
I
666?
didn't know if you meant they did it before they did it now, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
Greg,
GLE.
that's the LCBO according to Greg.
Okay, cool.
Where
I
I
did not know
just
that.
bought it from.
And Greg is sending me 2 cans of it. So you hear that, Scott? Happy birthday.
Nice.
I believe that's the first time they've done that with that beer. That's cool. I had it one time with Mr. Greg.
I think I've had it once, but I can't remember.
This is actually my
666.
first time.
I don't know if they do it every year nowadays, but it's their big other than their pumpkin beers, it's their big Halloween release, and usually they make a lot of it. So I think it does make its way into the LCBO. But
I've never
this
seen
is the
it
first
there.
time I've seen it.
Yeah.
Around
you guys might be right. I mean, I'm sometimes spoiled by the fact I live right by there. I forget what I can get where, but
When GLB generally releases something new into the LCBO, at least one of my LCBOs will have that. And yeah, I've never seen that beer in the LCBO. So,
Well, let's get on to some more beers on the after chat.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's go drink some more beers. So tune in next week when we have some Barn Cat. I even got a nice glass that Jamie sent me to drink this out of. And to close this out, I'm going to put Red Beard
it's
out.
got a fancy glass.
Shit.
Wow.
So
that's
I want to
impressive.
thank everybody who's with us tonight.
That's
So
impressive.
IPA Brew News, yeah, even Lee, and especially Rampant
That's
Lion.
impressive.
Nice to have you come pop by. So we get like 3 viewers, and hey, at least they're Class X. except for
drinking
Lee.
IPA 666.
So thanks everybody who's on
Vagina.
the panel tonight, including Radar. You just ordered a pizza from the looks of it. Did you just order a pizza, Radar?
Penis.
Is that a pizza?
Yes.
Is it penis pizza? Is it sausage?
Oh,
Sausage.
You putting the sausage pizza in your mouth?
No.
No, why not? Is it
Because-
pineapple pizza?
Fuck pineapple on pizza. Jesus Christ.
It's okay. That's it.
Worse than